Hi, have a nice day. I'm Oscar from itprogrammingtutorials.com. In this tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to install CentOS 6.6 in our virtual machine running under Oracle VM VirtualBox. In the last tutorial, I showed you how to configure your virtual machine, and the next step is to install CentOS 6.6. This will serve as a testing environment for our PostgreSQL installation in order to learn as a remote server. So here I have my virtual machine. Previously we configured here the ISO file of CentOS 6.6 minimal ISO. After that we just need to start it. Where's the machine? Here it is. So it will boot, and you can see the basic options. We are gonna use this option: install or upgrade an existing system. It will start loading. We wait a little bit. And here's the installation. First, it tries to check to make a media checking. So I'm gonna skip this part. After that, it will start the installation. Well, it changed to the graphic environment. We click next here to continue with the installation. I'm having some problems with the scroll. Here we choose the language. Next, we have to choose the keyboard. In this case, I'm gonna choose also US keyboard. After that, the options about how you want to configure a storage device. We will use basic storage device. Next. In this case, choose the option yes, discard any data. In this option, configure network, don't worry, we're gonna configure this later. Here we will choose the time zone. So it's recommendable that you have to choose your country. In this case, my country is El Salvador. Then we have to define the default password for the root account. So I'm gonna write IT programming tutorials. IT programming tutorials. That will be my password. Here we can choose the option use all space. Then we choose the option write change to disk, and we wait for a while until it finishes. This minimal installation only will have the basic package and dependencies. It won't have a graphical user interface, and this will be the best to learn how to interact with PostgreSQL and Linux using command window, using the terminal, using PSQL, the command line interface for PostgreSQL. After in other tutorials we're gonna learn how to use pgadmin, but we are gonna learn how to use PSQL. So this will help us a lot, even if you don't look like that right now. Also, having a minimal installation will help us to have a virtual machine running without consuming a lot of resources of your host computer, because it won't have a graphical user interface. It won't consume resources, a lot of resources, because it's running the minimal installation. Almost finished. Almost done. And it's done. We only have to reboot the virtual machine. So I'm gonna click here and reboot, and it will start again. I mean, it will restart, and here we have our virtual machine running CentOS 6.6. Here we have it, and we're gonna enter to our virtual machine. Right now it's loading. Here's my login. In this case we only have the root user, so I'm gonna write root and password IT programming tutorials. Oops, I made a mistake. IT programming tutorials. And now I'm inside my CentOS 6.6. That's our operating system. And I'm gonna try to ping google.com, and I don't have an internet connection, even when the host computer has an internet connection. And in this case we don't have a network connection because DHCP manager isn't started, so we are gonna modify a file to enable this tool. So we're gonna use B editor. Personally I don't like it, but right now is the only editor, text editor in my CentOS 6.6 installation. So I'm gonna write B, then we're gonna navigate to etc sysconfig. Next we're gonna edit network scripts, and then we have a lot of files. We're gonna configure the file ifcfg ETH0. So now I click enter, and here's my file. This will be the file that is used for our connection. So I'm gonna enter into editor mode by pressing the I key, and we're gonna click here. Gonna write yes. This will configure or will enable DHCP on boot. So after that we press escape, we press double colon and W and Q. This will save the file and close the file. So we're gonna check, and it's changed. So now we are ready. We're going to restart CentOS. Sorry, it's reboot. We're gonna wait. It's loading. And as you can see, there's activity on the network icon, indicating that we have an active network connection right now. IT programming tutorials. IT programming tutorials. And now we're going to try to ping google.com, and we have a connection. So I'm feel more comfortable with Nano text editor, but this is only a personal choice. You can use B to edit the files. I'm gonna use Nano. So I'm gonna use yum install Nano, because it's the first time that I use yum in this CentOS installation. It's updating the repositories. Then I'm gonna write yay, and it will install Nano in my machine. And now Nano etc sysconf network and here I have Nano. I feel more comfortable with Nano. I'm gonna use Nano to edit the PostgreSQL configuration files and any kind of text editor task. I'm gonna use Nano, but using B or another text editor, it doesn't matter. It's your choice. So right now we have our virtual machine running CentOS, and this virtual machine is ready to install PostgreSQL. So I'm gonna finish this tutorial here, and the next tutorial we're gonna see how to install PostgreSQL. We're gonna cover a basic installation of PostgreSQL. I'm gonna cover a PostgreSQL installation under Windows and also under Linux, in this case in our virtual machine. We're gonna learn how to how to make a basic installation and an advanced installation, configure various parameters, and also we're gonna learn how to create a script in Windows to install PostgreSQL in unattended mode. So have a nice day. Wait for the next tutorial. www.itprogrammingtutorials.com. I recommend you to check this website in order to find other videos related to PostgreSQL or tutorials.